High kill wins require fast pacing, and it starts with where you land. I like to go apartments, grab a gun, and get right into the action. So I immediately go down low to make sure he doesn't self-revive and to get some information on his teammates.
The rest of that squad on your tack.
I hear some footsteps behind me, so I push out just to make sure I'm not getting flanked. The minimap reveals that he's actually above me and that his teammate's flying in, so I position myself for the easy kill.
Enemy soldier.
I can see that it's only one guy on top of the building, so I decide to aggressively push him.
Let's get this guy.
UAV in the area.
ADS walking made my footsteps silent, so I was able to catch my enemy by surprise by flying out the door. I can see that his teammate landed on the roof, so I go inside to plate just in case for an escape route. But I hear footsteps above me and decide to challenge out.
Hostile strike incoming. Hostile UAV.
His teammate tried landing directly on me and I had no plate, so I quickly tried to reposition. But luckily he missed his shot and I was able to get away after knocking him. If you're curious what that movement was, it's called snaking and it's an effective method for your enemy to barely see you. And another person finished my knock, so I decided to push over to catch him by surprise. After looting and plating up, I still hear more gunshots around me, and even though I don't have my loadout, I decide to keep pushing out because I know that in order to drop high kill games, I need to have as fast pacing as possible, at least in the early to mid game.
Let's do this.
Target down.
As I mostly have the storm to my back, I decide to pinwheel rotate around and to see if I can catch anyone by surprise on the edge of circle.
Target acquired.
I get a ton of pings that his teammates are all the way above, and for a second I think about ego challenging, but then wisely reconsider to reposition and attack from a different angle.
Launch missiles.
I PA the building that's next to them after rotating here because I want to make sure that when I take height on them, that there's not another team or one of their teammates who extended here already. And then it's time to get to work.
Let's see what the kid's made of.
Locate to the rest of them. Position. Marking the rest of them.
So I was able to win this gunfight by flanking my enemy and making sure to take every gunfight one-on-one. I also predicted my enemy's movement by jump challenging the door when I heard his footsteps nearby. As I'm diving away from this mortar strike, I see someone land in and I expect him to come up the stairs.
Where is he?
But he ends up getting away, so I decide to flank him from the rooftop. So I realized I was actually his teammate and that he was in gas, so I tried to shoot him from above.
Buy station side.
But I accidentally slipped,
Position.
Okay, so that was a really dumb ego challenge I shouldn't have taken. I should have ran up the stairs to reset that whole gunfight. But it's resurgent, so I can get right back into the action, like nothing happened at all.
Soldier incoming. Surgeon's window is
So my main goal to regain is to loot up and grab as many plates as I can so I can start engaging more people. So while I didn't expect someone to be here, I noticed that his teammates are all the way down low so that I could grab his plates instead of having to loot all across this building. So I thought I heard someone right below me, but it turns out they were actually above and the audio was tricking me, so I ended up having to play low ground. Something really subtle here to know is that I canceled the animation by jumping just to make sure I wasn't caught in the open, motionless to that guy, because that could have completely ruined my game. And I hear more gunshots above still, so I decided to just keep playing low ground. I keep checking my back to make sure no one's making a gas mask play, but I'm also having my back to the storm because it's very unlikely that someone's going to push from there. Instead of getting over aggressive and going for my full kill, I decided to go back to where it's safe and hope the enemies come towards my trap. Side note, I always do my best to try to close as many doors as I can from behind me because it gives you an audio cue if more teammates are pushing you. Because I'm low on plates, I push up while snaking to make myself a really hard target to hit just in case there's someone nearby. And then I hear some shots above me, so I push up. And there's my throwing knife. But as I don't hear anything around me and it's late game, I always like to check the bodies of my enemies just to make sure if they have any good loot, like that, durable gas mask. That's so important for endgame, especially playing as a solo quad, because there's a very high chance you're going to have to make a gas play at the end of the game to get high ground or a better position. So even though it's really late game, I like to grab a bounty if it's nearby because you never know if it's going to give you a position that someone's right on you or just to know exactly where they are across the map. It only helps to get as much information as possible. So my high alert showed me that I couldn't climb this ladder safely to get on top of high ground, so I decided to push all the way back across the building just to get high ground because it's that important to have positioning during endgame, especially as a solo. Once I saw that I was still safe in zone, I realized that I was able to now pick up more kills because I have high ground and I didn't need to rotate. So while it's enticing to shoot an enemy when they're directly above you, it's better to let them drop as much as I can so there's no spawn protection. Also, I noticed that I got another good circle pull, so my goal here is to hold this high ground and to make people scared to challenge me, so that's why I keep firing back at everyone. After plating up, I noticed that it's only solos remaining, so I'm going to try to third party as many fights as I can. And that's one way to drop a high kill solo quads game on Vondel. Thanks for watching, and I hope to catch you in the next one.